Hey guys, Paladin and Torek here. I want to do a fun little video showcasing some of my models, most slash armies. Um, I figured I'd just share what exactly I have, um, and kind of what I've been working towards, if that makes sense. Not everything will be shown because I have a bunch of stuff in boxes waiting to be painted or in tubs in storage. I might show those maybe in this video or maybe in a future one, but right now I was going to show you what I have on my shelves and in a little storage pull-out drawer thing. I'm blanking on the actual name of it. So you guys already know this. You guys have seen a bunch of my Legion Imperialis stuff. Won't worry about that, but I'll show you some other stuff too. So without further ado, let's get started. So starting up here, we have Knights, Imperial Knights, some Helvrens and Warglaves, and then this Knight, which I did fully magnetize, so I can build him however, like I can have him look it out however I want. I painted them in a custom Knight house that I plan to go and do some stories with. So there's that. I do have some Grey Knights in here because Grey Knights are my favorite Space Marine chapter. I needed to go, and some of these things broke off, so I needed to go and redo them. I still need to paint. Most of my Grey Knights, I guess should say the rest of my Grey Knights are in a storage bag that I use to take stuff to and from the game store to play, so that's why they aren't here. So that's them. Next, we have some Space Marines. We have Tactical Squad. We have Assault Intercessors, Chaplain on a bike, Assault ATV or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. And then some Blade Guard Veterans, all of which will be in a custom Space Marine chapter of mine that I mentioned. Won't give much information about that until I actually start working on them. I might get some 4th edition, like old 4th edition Space Marine models, or just old models in general, Firstborn specifically. Sure, I'll get some more Primaris stuff, but I would like to get some Firstborn, so I can play some games with them. I do have the Lion. My chapter is not going to be a Dark Angel successor. It will be, assumedly, a White Scar successor, but there's some lore that I have with that. Everyone assumes they're White Scars, but they tend to like heavy stuff and sieging as well as going fast. So no one really knows for certain, but it's assumed it's White Scars. And then I do have the free Gorkog model that I got with a Ravage Star sort of thing. I haven't gotten any more Ravage Star stuff other than this guy, but I would like to get more. Gorkog is probably the ones I would be going for if I do get any more, so I kind of like them quite a bit. And then obviously the Iron Warrior stuff. So Rhino, obviously I want to get another Rhino. I want to get Predators, Land Raiders, Vindicators, the big one, the one with the giant cannon on the front. I would like to get that. I would also like to get a Basilisk and just use that and say screw it. Iron Warrior should still have the artillery, so Basilisk or Medusa or both I'll take. Then I have 2 squads of Legionaries, other than the ones that I showed you, like the Havocs and the Terminators and the Warpsmith. I have 2 squads of Legionaries. I have a Chaos Lord and Terminator armor. I have, from my friend, I got those Inner Circle automaton things. Probably use them as Demon Princes if I do use them. These guys, I don't know what kind of warp engines they are. I know they're warp engines, well, demon engines of some sort. I'll probably use them as like dreadnoughts or hell boots or something like that if I really want to. 2 drop pods. Again, probably most of the stuff is probably going to be used narratively, so I won't really care about, oh, they can't use this or can't use that or whatever. And then I have 2 Chaos Knights, very heavily Nurgle kit bashed. Got from a buddy at the local game store. Did not come with these little turrets, so I got the turrets and then did not come with a little shield thing, or whatever it's called. I'm blanking on the name, I apologize. So instead I took a Roman veteran shield from the Warlord Games Roman veteran box. I think that book thing is from either a Grey Knight kit or a Chaos Space Marines kit. Took that and then tried to go and get some green stuff and make it look like flesh since it's Nurgle-y, and made that. So that was nice. I also recently got Magnus the Red, who is my favorite Chaos Primarch of my favorite Chaos Legion. So I will be painting him up. So that's exciting. I probably won't touch them for a bit because I'm too afraid to go mess with them, but once I get some more painting under my belt, I'll probably then start on them. Now, I do play Age of Sigmar, at least I did. I don't do it as much anymore, but I have my own custom storm host, the Arrows of Dracothian. I would like to get some more stuff, primarily the Stormcast Dragons and Dracoline units and stuff like that, but since they said no more to the blanking on the Sequitur range, Sacrosect Chamber, my gosh, I can't use a lot of my army because a lot of my army is Sacrosanct because I got the Stormcast half of the second edition box set. So yay, I do have some Judicators, and I think Vindicators are these dudes with the spears, as well as some other things. But yeah, I've lost a lot of interest ever since they got rid of the Sacrosanct Chamber, because that basically took out most of my army, which is just really great. I don't know why that's so. It sucks. But I've started to prefer Old World / Warhammer Fantasy. I have the 6th edition rulebook and the 6th edition army books for Empire and High Elves, so as well as the Old World stuff. So I will be playing those, but it just kind of sucks because I do like a lot of the Age of Sigmar stuff. I have feelings on the game and the lore, but I like my guys. I really do. Anyway, now time for the High Elves. So most of my High Elf stuff, and yes, you're going to see stuff knocked over. I apologize. I get it. But most of the stuff I got secondhand, like other than like a unit of like, these specific Phoenix Guard, these specific Shadow Warriors, everything else I got secondhand. Oh, and then this Phoenix right here, and obviously that would mean one of the character models down there would also be I bought because they were part of Age of Sigmar's line, and then obviously they weren't anymore recently. At least I don't remember if the Phoenix still are, but so I got those originally, but then all this stuff I got secondhand. Most of the stuff was not painted. All of it was basically built. So I do have this one little GW Eagle that I probably will use. And then I do have this little metal George Washington dude that I think I got from War Games Illustrated thing. But yeah, so I have a bunch of Phoenixes and Griffins and Eagles and some other, like some random stuff down there, but I do have Dragon Princes, Illyrian Reavers, a bunch of characters, including Eloriel the Radiant, Spearmen, Lothern Seaguard, White Lions, Shadow Warriors, Phoenix Guard, Swordmasters of Hoeth. I have a decent amount, quite a bit. I'm happy, and I think we have one of the crossbows, yeah. Well, Ballista or whatever. So I have some of that. And then, apologies, I know I need to go and keep this, make sure this stuff is looking a lot nicer, keep it carefully set up and stuff like that. But I do have a bunch of Empire, not nearly as much as I would like. but I have cannons, a cannon, a mortar, Hellbastard Varley gun, which could turn to a Hellstone rocket battery. But some of this stuff is like, you can tell which is, well, you might be able to tell what is GW and what is third party. Specifically, I got some Warlord Games models, or at least pre-miniatures, like the Knights back there. Some of those are Empire Knights, some of those aren't. These dudes are this new Cities of Sigmar guys, but I said screw that. I want to use them for fantasy, so they are being used for fantasy. I probably still could use these for Age of Sigmar, but not going to worry too much about that. I'm not going to be playing Cities of Sigmar with competitively, so I'm not going to worry too much. But yeah, I think all of my Empire stuff, other than like some artillery pieces, and then the Empire Knights, that the actual Warhammer Fantasy Empire Knights, I think all of that stuff is like built by me. But like the artillery, the cannon that I have, the mortar, the actual Empire Knights, that stuff is I got secondhand. So, and then moving on, Cruel Boys, got the Age of Sigmar 3rd edition box set as well, and got some extra stuff for it. I do know that I didn't have. I should have tried to get like another one of these little mage dudes, but I couldn't find them online because I don't think they were selling them just yet. So instead, I kind of kit bashed from some extra parts, my own version of it. Purposefully, yeah, made that look kind of weird and not fully colored because it's supposed to kind of be like partially rust or something like that. Again, not the best painter, but that's kind of what I was going with this. Then yes, there's some stuff, specifically these bolt dudes. I can't remember what they're called. These guys, yeah. I need to paint 3 of those still. There's a bunch that needs to be painted, as you can quite clearly see. But still have those dudes. Now this, I do have more Lord of the Rings stuff. I got that Battle of the Pelennor Fields box set, so we have Rohan, I'm blanking on the name, the ghosts from the Return of the King, some Minas Tirith. We also have, so Rohan 2, I think I already mentioned that, and then we do have some extra characters, I think. Not too much. I love the Lord of the Rings. It's my favorite book series. It's my favorite movie series. I don't play the game nearly as much, but that's just me. I would like to get more, though. I do have a bunch of Demons of Tzeentch. A lot of these are 3D printed. Obviously, a lot of these need to be painted. I do have whether they Curlith Acolytes or whatever, the mortal guys from Age of Sigmar. I do have some of them there in a box somewhere. But I based some of these guys for fantasy. A lot of these guys are on circle bases, so I could use them for Age of Sigmar or 40k. The Keeper of Secrets is on a square base. I 3D printed him myself. I wanted to use him for fantasy, so screw it. I'm using him for fantasy. So, yeah. And then Brimstones, noticed the base size, noticed the points, and I figured, okay, we're going to go and just 3D print a bunch of these, so I have one big one, then 2 small ones, and each one kind of showing they're a little bit of a swarm. I think that works perfectly fine for what I'm wanting. And then I like the Leagues of Votann, so I have Leagues of Votann. Obviously, some of this stuff still needs to be painted. The Wizard dude, the little Engineer dude, the Land Fortress. And then, so I want to get more of these guys, because I like... Oh, and then I guess I didn't finish painting that mainline infantry unit. Shoot, I'll get to that, get them as well. I like these guys quite a bit. I'm sorry, I do. They have problems, sure, but I do like them. And then I have Necrons. I'm going to be getting more Necrons as time goes on, but not a big priority right now. I have my own idea as to how I'm going to paint these guys, so there's that. And then the Thousand Suns. I mentioned that Grey Knights are my favorite chapter, while these guys are my favorite Chaos Legion. I think I already mentioned that when I showed off Magnus, but I have Rhino, Helldrake, some Sorcerer dudes, Airmen, bunch of Rubric Marines and Scarab Terminators. Not as many Scarab Cults as I would like, and I should probably get some more Rubrics because they're Rubrics. And then I do have some Zangors. I have more Zangors, obviously. This dude, however, I want to show off. This is a Demon Prince. You probably could tell. But I kind of wanted to go and give him a bit of a Zinch flair, so I took the wings from a Flamespire Phoenix, glued those together, and then I was kind of wanting to go and have the mouth be kind of where the abs are, but I said, screw it, we're not going to do that, so I kind of cut down the head, put that where it is, and then made a little beak-looking thing to go around it. So, I'm proud of it, and then I tried to go and paint him so he has various shades of blue and black and gray and stuff like that. I think I did a good job. I like him. I'm proud of him, so that's that. Now I'm going to go and show you some other stuff, so give me 1 second. Okay, so one game that I actually quite like, but no one plays, is the Elder Scrolls Call to Arms. So, I got a bunch of these dudes, and I still need to go and paint all of them, like a bunch of them, obviously. But I enjoyed Skyrim. I have an interesting history with Oblivion. And I just thought this would be a cool little game. I've played a little bit of it, so I would like to play more. I have the... It's the Civil War campaign book that Modiphius sells, because this game is made by Modiphius. I have the campaign book for the Civil War, and I would love to play a campaign with that. In this game, you can play 1 player or 2 players. They have their own little system where you can determine, which says, okay, if the enemy does this, then they can do that. If they want to do this, they do this. That sort of thing. It all depends on how, it's one of those if-then sort of things. I think it's a really cool system. I like it quite a bit. But I don't really see many people do anything with it. There he is. Yeah. This is the one game that my wife might actually want to play, so I will try to get her to play it, because I like this quite a bit. So, that's this one. Now to go on to the next thing. Next thing are these guys. So, I recently, a few months ago, got the Empire Griffin and a High Elf Dragon. The High Elf Dragon I put on this higher little thing, bunch of foam board combined together, specifically because I heard that these dragons, they are a little too low to the ground and can hit a bunch of spearmen and other stuff like that, so I figured bringing it up would probably help with that, make it not as bad when it comes to that. So I have these guys, and then with this I decided against the wizard, and I decided against building my own Empire General, because I realized I can make Karl Franz and Deathclaw. So I made Karl Franz and Deathclaw, because I don't care if the old world takes place a long time before Karl Franz is even born. I want to play as Karl Franz. I never got the chance to play Warhammer Fantasy in the past, so screw it. We're playing Warhammer Fantasy. As for the dragon, I plan to mostly use him as a mage, but I figured, since I can, I'm also going to make a little High Elf Prince dude. So I did. Only other thing is I'd like to get more Griffin, at least 2 more Griffins eventually. One specifically to be a mage, the other one specifically to be a regular old Empire General. I like that. But with the dragons, sure, I like dragons, so I'd like more. But I do know that this kit, well, I should say, it looks like this kit lets me build Prince Imric. I don't care if I don't have rules for Prince Imric in the old world. I am going to use Prince Imric if I really can help it. So, sure, I'd like 2 more dragons. 1 to build Prince Imric, 1 to build another one of these sort of things where I can have both the mage and then the prince. So that's an option too. So that's them. Next, on to this. Mess aside, yep, you already know. Chinese Warring States Chimera. So there's that. Legions Imperialis. Again, this isn't the best way to store these dudes, but I have them. Obviously, all the tanks and stuff are out ready to be painted, but they're all there. And lastly, Beastmen. I have a bunch of Gores, Ungores, Bestigores, Dragon Ogres, the Warp Dragon, or Warp Fire Dragon, or whatever it's called. Because one, I like dragons too. I feel it fits a Beastman army. Beastman army I see as tons of monsters and stuff like that, and this is a monster, so have that. I do have, obviously, the characters that came with the, it was the Start Collecting box, or the equivalent of that for the Beastmen. I'm blanking on what it was called. I know it was called something specific. It wasn't the Spearhead, obviously. It was something else. But I got a bunch of those. Well, I should say 2 of those. And that's how I got all these dudes. And then I got, I believe, 2 of these special Beastman characters. Like the new kind. So I made one to be the normal kind of Beastman guy. And then this one, I made him into a banner bearer. So we have that. Now to the next thing. All right, I do have more guys in the storage room, in bins, like I said. I do have guys in boxes, as well as just laying out. Again, Steam Tank. I do not know what fell off, probably a gun or something like that, but Steam Tank, and then the Luminarch of Hysh and the Celestial Hurricanum, as well as some other random stuff, but I don't worry about showing that just yet. I just wanted to go and show you what I got so far. Yeah, because I do have Romans and Wars of the Roses Knights that could also be used for the 100 Years' War. I have the Romans, the Ancient Britons, Lord of the Rings stuff. I have Tomb Kings, and Bolt Action, U.S. Marines and Imperial Japanese. I'm certain I might have more, but I'm blanking. But that's it. Yeah, I just wanted to go and let you guys know what I had. Just show off my little collection to see. Yeah, this is what I'm working on. This is what I have left. At least the stuff you can obviously see. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good day. Bye.